Kenny Brooks on why to him winning isn't a big surprise. And what a time it is to be a Hokie. See the excitement from the Virginia Tech campus as the whole Hokie community celebrates the big win. Good evening and thanks for joining us for 10 News at 6. I'm Sydney Jackstimer. Recovery efforts continue after violent and powerful tornadoes swept through the southeast this weekend, killing 26 people. A state of emergency was declared in Georgia after a tornado struck outside of Atlanta, with the threat of even more severe storms for millions of people across the Deep South happening today. All while cleanup efforts continue in Rolling Fork, Mississippi.
We've seen over the last 36 hours in Mississippi, on the one hand, has been heartbreaking to see the loss and devastation of these communities, but on the other hand, has been inspiring and gives me great reason for optimism.
At least 10 confirmed tornadoes struck Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. Search and rescue operations are still ongoing. President Joe Biden has approved a disaster declaration for the hardest hit parts of Mississippi. And several parts of Mississippi are facing that unimaginable destruction, as you saw there, after the tornado came through the state Friday. And the Danville-based disaster relief group GUSTS pit crew is sending their emergency response team down today to help with cleanup. Multiple tractor trailers with emergency supplies are on their way down south. The emergency response team plans to muck out homes, cut down trees, and clear out debris. They're bringing food, water, and other critical supplies to some of the hardest hit areas.
Go back in and give some semblance of hope, some semblance of calm, if you will, in the storm. Is very rewarding for us to be able to do that. We're just blessed that we get to.
GUSTS pit crew also has crisis teams in California and Kentucky currently helping to repair flood damage from previous storms. And here at home, it's been a very sunny Sunday. Meteorologist Marshall Downing joins us now. Marshall, is the sunshine sticking around as we head into the week? I can never say the words sunshine.
There's a lot of S's and H's in there.
It
yeah,
is, but hey, I love the sunshine.
Well, there you go. And we have some of it, but it's going to be mixed in with some clouds over the next few days. Now, today's sunshine has done a great job of warming us up, putting Whitfield at 68, Roanoke 72, Lexington at 67, slightly cooler towards the north. That's pretty standard up in Hot Springs. Meanwhile, there's a whole bunch of heat down towards the south. Dallas at 78, Memphis at 79, and Atlanta at 72. And there's another cold front forming with low pressure centered up near Chicago, with temperatures like Kansas City at 38 and Denver at 39. Now, with these storms that came through the south, this is the last thing that they need is an intense difference between heat and cold. But it looks like that's what's heading, especially towards Georgia, for some extra storms forming with our next cold front. Now, for us, that cold front's largely going to just bring some showers our direction. It misses us towards the south, and we're going to end up with moisture coming up into south side and toward Lynchburg. Those showers are pretty light for tomorrow. The front is developing further towards the west. Those are the showers in Illinois and Missouri, further off that direction. We stay pretty dry this evening, but there are more showers that are going to develop after midnight and continue through tomorrow morning, with just a few left over in the afternoon. Stick around, and I'll show you what our temperatures are going to look like as these fronts play out and what our next large chance of rain is. Back to you, Sydney.
Thanks, Marshall. A historic season on the basketball court continues for the Virginia Tech women. The Hokies added another milestone victory last night, a 73-64 win over Tennessee. That Sweet 16 victory earned the Hokies a spot in the Elite Eight for the first time in program history. Virginia Tech has handled the national spotlight very well the past 2 weeks and has won 14 consecutive games. While the wins have been sweet, they haven't come as a surprise.
And that's what we accomplished all year long to get to this moment to still be here. But they understand, they expect to be here. You know, they expect to be here. They'll tell you real quick, we're a 1 seed. You know, we're a 1 seed, so it's still business at hand. It doesn't matter if it was UConn in front of us, Ohio State, or the Lakers. You know, we're going to come and we're going to lock in and we're going to focus.
We'll have more coverage from Seattle later on 10 Sports at 6 and 11. And as history continues to be made by the Virginia Tech women's basketball team, 10 News reporter Abby Coleman shares how students at Tech feel to be a part of a historic moment for their school.
The Virginia Tech women's basketball team is dancing right along to the Elite Eight for the first time in program history. Here at home, they have the support of the university behind them. Senior Chris Royal is an executive member of the Castle Guard, the student section at the basketball games. He says the energy on campus continues to intensify.
Being able to be here and like on the day-to-day kind of feel it like building closer and closer to that step. And just seeing like, oh, we have a chance, and it's like the chance keeps increasing. It's just been amazing.
Senior Caleb Kite says it's an experience the whole school is able to share.
We're making history, for us. So it's really exciting to be able to actually see that and be a part of that and share that with other students here.
Royal says the added attention from people who aren't Hokies make it that much more impactful.
But just seeing how much they are talking about Tech and talking about them as the hottest team, it's just good for them to finally get their flowers.
Junior Austin Ayler works with the football team and says the basketball team's success is encouraging to see.
With the football team, it encourages the guys. They get a lot of energy from that, and they want the same success, and it's very inspirational for them.
Ayler says it's nice to see the accomplishment at his own school.
Usually you're watching other teams have the success, so it's nice to be able to see it here happening in front of us, and so it's awesome. It's just monumental.
Royal says this team will be something he remembers for years to come.
Really just being able to, at the end of the day, once I walk across graduation and even for years as an alumni, to be able to say like, yeah, I was there when they got the first one. I think it's great.
In Blacksburg, Abby Coleman, 10 News, working for you.
If you're planning an international trip this summer, you might want to make sure your passport is up to date. Find out how long it could take for you to get a new one. The State Department is advising everyone who's planning on taking an international trip this summer to apply for their passport now. They say they're getting 500,000 applications a week, up more than 30% from last year, so it could take a while.
We're looking for a regular passport, about 10 to 13 weeks, and for an expedited passport, about 7 to 9 weeks.
Officials say since passport demand fell so low during the pandemic, the State Department reassigned or laid off passport staff. Now they're staffing up and adding extra offices to meet the demand. But to avoid scrambling to get your passport at the last minute, experts say to apply extra early or even wait until you have your passport to book your trip. Coming up, the effects of reversing Roe v. Wade on the mental health of women. Find out how women of different ages are handling the ruling. And here's a live look from our Liberty University Skycam. Beautiful start of a sunset there behind the mountains coming up on 10 News at 6. Marshall will have another check on your forecast.
Check, 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 check. Yeah. Okay.
The reversing of Roe v. Wade may be impacting women's mental health. A new study shows in the 3 months after the ruling, women of reproductive age in states that banned or would likely ban abortion were 10% more likely to report mental distress than before. Researchers looked at Census Bureau survey responses from women ages 18 to 44 from January through September of last year. An analysis of responses from women ages 45 to 75 did not show the same link between the ruling and a change in mental distress. While many people are gathering with friends to watch the March Madness games, some are choosing to spend this time recovering from surgery. Health experts say many men choose to get a vasectomy performed during the month of March so they can recover while watching the NCAA tournament.
See sometimes an upwards of a 30% increase in men that are calling our office, or sometimes their partners are calling our office with an interest in getting a vasectomy.
Doctors say it's a simple office-based procedure that takes about 20 minutes and is done using local anesthesia, and patients don't feel much pain during the procedure. Patients are supposed to rest for 2 days and spend the week not exercising or exerting themselves.
The 10 News Weather Authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
I would love to see what those numbers are stacked up against like the World Series or the NBA Finals, any of those long stretch sports tournaments. That'd be pretty. World Cup, there's another one. Now I have some research to do. At least what I know for today is that temperatures are up around 70 degrees. Blacksburg at 72, Danville 68, Lynchburg at 72. Really comfortable this evening. This is a great evening to get outside if you want to. Not much cloud cover at all, so the sun feels really nice. There's not too much breeze to deal with. As we go through the evening, we are going to have more clouds building up, but it takes until after midnight for some actual showers to arrive. Now, by midnight, we are mostly cloudy to overcast, so it's not going to be super dry as we get into the early morning hours of Monday, but it takes until 6 a.m. for those showers to more spread out. I do think Southside is where we're getting most of our rainfall early in the day, and then in the afternoon, scattered showers. After we get past noon, 1 o'clock, these are more light sprinkles. It's just hard to spend a lot of time outside. Like if you're playing golf and spend 2 or 3 hours outside, it's going to be hard because of the off and on nature of these showers. After 4 p.m., we do dry out pretty nicely. Those will move off towards the east. We stay rather clear until we get to that night when we have some extra clouds building up. Now, Tuesday does technically bring some more showers our way, but a lot of it is sunny, and any showers that develop are pretty hard to come by. By 7, there's a little bit showing up in Grayson County. It's not going to be too impressive. You could spend a lot more time outside on Tuesday than Monday. Highlands gets up towards 0.2 of an inch for total rain. Roanoke, Lynchburg, and Southside staying around 0.1, and that's including both Monday and Tuesday. Most of that's fallen on Monday since Tuesday's rain is just not impressive at all, but figured I should mention it so you know. Most of us have wind in the afternoon. The breeze is going to pick up around 4 p.m., right when the shower chances really drop. Up towards 15 miles per hour, gusts towards 25, 30. Nothing crazy, similar to other winds that we've had in the last couple of months. We'll stay pretty dry through the middle of the week thanks to some high pressure, but that's going to move further towards the east, allowing our next cold front to bring in some warm air that's going to push temperatures up on Friday. But it's also going to bring showers Friday night going into Saturday morning. And until this cold front passes through, we're not really done with showers. So it sticks around as we go into some of the afternoon hours on Saturday. I think we dry out with cooler temperatures by Sunday. Now, overnight, we are able to hold on to quite a bit of heat. Lexington's at 50, Martinsville 52, Blacksburg 46, a really nice morning. Temperatures will warm up despite the showers that we have. Blacksburg 66, Alta Vista 73. Cooler than today, but not by a huge stretch. We will notice temperatures about 10 degrees cooler on Tuesday, with Roanoke at 61, Pulaski at 56, and Danville at 62. Still, that's pretty close to average for this time of year, and Wednesday holds that pattern. After that, temperatures are going to improve on Thursday with the warm air coming in from our south. Then on Friday, especially Friday night, going through the night and into Saturday morning, that's when the bulk of our rain comes at the end of the week. And then on Sunday, we have partly cloudy skies and cooler temperatures. And for 3-degree guarantee within 1, so we're at 310 for the month so far, and a couple days left. So hopefully we can add on some more there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, I feel like it's always nice during the week, and then the weekends come, and the rain comes.
And it's fairly normal for us to get sort of weekly based systems, but it helps when the rain's not on the weekends.
I know,
it
right?
would be nice if
I
it would
know.
kind of line up better.
Like today, such a beautiful day. I hope everyone got outside. I got outside before I got into work. Such a nice day.
Totally.
Yeah, so we're already working for you on 10 News at 11 as the country awaits on the indictment of Donald Trump. The former president attends his campaign rally in Waco, Texas. Hear what he has to say about the investigations.
And coming up in sports, warm outside, but the Rail Yard Dogs cooled us off with an early puck drop, a check on the NASCAR boys down in the Lone Star State, and an opening word from Virginia Tech and Ohio State ahead of Monday night's battle.
And now, the Freedom First Sports Desk.
From sweet to elite, Virginia Tech has captivated audiences with its play in the NCAA tournament. As I said Saturday night, the Hokies look like they belong and have earned it each step of the way. But the same can be said of their next opponent, Ohio State. The Buckeyes took everyone by surprise when they put on an absolute clinic against UConn, getting the 73-61 victory. A staple for Ohio State is its defense. It caused 25 turnovers against the Huskies. As for the Hokies, their offense has carried them to new heights, with Georgia Amore netting a new career-high 29 points against Tennessee. A big challenge ahead, yet Coach Brooks appreciates his team's refreshing motivation.
Our kids are students of the game. They love the game. They read everything. They know everything that you guys put out there, but with a caveat, they don't get mad. They don't get mad at the fact that somebody wrote, is this the next chapter of Tennessee versus UConn? They respect the history of it and what it has meant, but they love the opportunity to take that and not be mad about it, not mad motivated, but they're like, okay, we'll show you, but they're not going to tell you that they were mad about it. We'll just go on to the next thing.
Just really excited about the opportunity to play a really talented, well-coached Virginia Tech team tomorrow. Have really great respect for Kenny and his program and all that they've accomplished through the years, but especially this year. They've played really, really well. They play great basketball. They're a very balanced team. They can score around the basket. They spread you out with great shooters. So we know we're going to have our hands full. It's going to be a big challenge.
All right, our own NCAA tournament queen, Brooke Leonard, working for you. She talked with the players this afternoon, and we'll have a report tonight from Seattle on 10 Sports at 11. Women's action on tap for tonight. Miami and LSU tip off at 7 p.m., while Louisville takes on Iowa and Seattle for the Region 4 title at 9 p.m. On the men's side, San Diego State earned a 57-56 victory and are on to the Final Four for the first time in program history. And, of course, the Miami men's program trying to hold it down for the ACC, currently trailing Texas at last check. Despite falling to Fayetteville last night in a shootout, it was electric at the Berglund Center for the Rail Yard Dogs. The organization saw a record attendance of more than 7,500 fans. They were hoping that energy carried over to a 3 p.m. puck drop today. And what better way to get the fans pumped than to start the game with a fight? Yes, the puck dropped, and so did the gloves from Spencer Kennedy and Justin Portillo. They go at it, and they get the blood flowing there at the Berg. The Rail Yard Dogs aggressive on offense. The puck was loose, finally corralled. It's Garrett Sargis sending it in for the goal in the 1-0 lead. Brody Cleese, a force in the net today, blocking everything in the opening period. The Ice Bears did score later in this game, but Roanoke, they surged ahead for the 7-3 victory. The NASCAR Cup Series took on its first road course of the season down in Texas as Circuit of the Americas. 20 turns over 3.42-mile layout had the drivers in store for some twists and turns. That race still in progress as we speak. William Byron did lead the field to green up front after winning that Busch Light Pole Award for the first time. Of course, he already has 2 wins under his belt this season. We'll, of course, have highlights of this one coming up tonight at 11, but Tyler Reddick is currently leading at last check. Your news and notes. Eric Montrose has begun cancer treatments. His family released this through the University of North Carolina. Braves pitcher Kyle Wright will start the season on the IL. And UVA baseball sweeps Florida State for the first time since 2013. A big win today, 15-4. They are 22-2 on the season thus far. Time to cut it out. Blue Jackets, Kent Johnson skates behind the net and scores. And look at this here. It's a nifty play.
Wow.
It gets away from you if you don't see it. Up on the blade, carries it, and throws it in. This is called the Michigan, since it was done nearly 3 decades ago at the University of Michigan. He's a Johnson, so,
That's pretty cool.
He's in the family. He's in the family, my favorite cousin, as I always say. But nonetheless, a great goal there. And shout out to the Dogs getting it done today on the ice. 7 goals over at the Berglund Center. A lot of scoring.
That's awesome. We got some good sports teams in our area this weekend.
Yes, we got a lot going on.
Yes.
More tonight, of course.
Yes, absolutely. Last check on weather.
Yeah, thankfully it's behaving as well. Most of our temperatures are going to end up in the 70s and 60s for the week ahead. Now, tomorrow's still pretty nice. We even have partly cloudy skies, but we do have some showers that are mixed in there, so it's not going to be consistently calm. I would say that Tuesday's a little bit better for getting outside. It is cooler, but the showers are much fewer and further between. Now, Wednesday and Thursday temperatures are going to be in the 60s. I think Wednesday's the the coolest day that we have ahead, and we start warming up again on Thursday. Once we get towards Friday, that's when our next real big system comes through. It's going to bring us showers late Friday through the night and into Saturday morning. The severe threat looks rather low for now, with Sunday cooler.
I'm loving those warmer temperatures.
Yeah, it's real nice for this time of year.
I know, right? It feels more like summer than spring.
Definitely.
It does.
But
It definitely does.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you guys for joining us. We'll be back here at 11.